In this series, Dave Darby of lowimpact.org and the Open Credit Network talks with people working to build a mutually owned, democratic, decentralised economy that builds community and doesn't destroy nature. We want to increase collaboration to bring about system change. Find links to the sites mentioned in the videos in the description below. Join the conversation by liking, commenting and subscribing to our channel.
We do live in a consumer society. It's a cliche, but it's true. And of course, we all need to consume resources to survive. We all need to eat, drink, clothe ourselves. But I think there's a difference between consumption and consumerism. So consumption is something that is required, a necessity. Consumerism is this kind of more recent development whereby we define ourselves by what we buy, what we own. And it's about displaying to each other our affluence, almost. The idea of retail therapy. So I think consumerism is something that we should treat as a problem, actually. And we need to recognise that every act of consumption we make, we are, in a sense, voting for or against a certain set of values and principles. So, the clothes that we buy and wear, actually, depending on where you buy them and how those garments are made, you are, in a sense, supporting or voting against a certain set of principles and ideologies, really. So if you're somebody that doesn't really think twice about how things are made when you buy them, you are, I would argue, actually complicit in the system, which is currently relegating issues like environmental degradation and exploitation of poor workers in developing economies. You are complicit in maintaining that system. So we need to think more actively, I would say, as consumers, to be more mindful of every decision we make, actually. And I think we are often too casual in the decisions we make about purchasing or acquiring or making a certain decision of how to travel from one place to another. I think we need to be more mindful and critical, actually, and maybe self-reflective about the decisions we make and why we make those decisions. Because we do have a lot of power to decide which causes to support when we buy a product. So I think we can be much more proactive in that regard as consumers.